back to Waste Some Time with Jason Green. I am Jason Green. And as you can see by the sign behind me, I am on air. I feel like I was I just woke up from a 15-minute nap. You ever take a 15-minute nap? I looked and I said, I got a show to do, but I have been so insanely busy that I thought I needed a 15-minute nap. Did a show here in Las Vegas with Piercy D. Martini. There's nothing worse than hometown shows. Wednesday 13, I'm sure can testify to that. There is nothing worse. And so I was up all night and then sleep all day, as Blas Elias would say. But no time. I had to get up and just finish an interview with Scotty Schwartz from The Toy and A Christmas Story and a movie called Kidco that Wednesday will tell you all about. And then I said, look, maybe I have time for a 15-minute nap. And I woke up, I was drooling. I didn't know where I was. I thought I was late for school. It was one of those naps. Anyway, now I'm wide awake and ready for a Wednesday night of fun. And you can't have a Wednesday night of fun without Wednesday 13. He'll be here. We're going to talk. We're going to have fun, all that and more right after this. Just wanna waste some time with you. Sometimes it seems too good to be true. Nobody out there can waste time with you. Right, all the way from California. Thoughts and prayers. Hopefully Wednesday's safe. Wednesday, how are you?
Hello, am I coming in there?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm on the scene. Nothing's going on here. The Super Friends have arrived. All is well in California. I'm happy to report.
Meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice.
Meanwhile,
Ted Knight,
and
so
Shack. Good.
Too close for comfort.
I'll give you asthma. That's what you should just pop in there every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. Ted Knight is one of the greats. I was saying I interviewed Scott Schwartz before this. Yeah, and talk about a guy who worked with some interesting people. The Toy was directed by Richard Donner, who directed Superman. And, of course, Jackie Gleason, Richard Pryor in that movie. And then Christmas Story, directed by Bob Clark. Porky's, directed Porky's and Black Christmas. Porky's financed Christmas Story. Obviously, went on to be a piece of Christmas history.
People don't realize that Porky's did that. That's a big. So that could be a Christmas movie now. Porky's, bring it out this year.
He said they were trying to get Christmas Story made. It was a small little thing, and the only way he got it made is because they wanted a Porky's 2. And he said, "All right, well, I'll give you a Porky's 2 the next day if you give me some time." Did you watch Porky's when you were a young person?
I just remembered I watched Porky's 2 with my dad.
Inappropriate.
I watched Porky's 1 with my whole family.
North Carolina does things.
Yeah, and they were just like, my mom was like, "Joe, you cover your eyes," and I'd be like,
Porky's was probably the first full frontal nudity I've seen in a movie, male and female.
We just watched it as a band together, just because we all had the same thing. It was like the first time we saw anything, and we watched it again as adults, and we were acting like children once again. It was amazing.
Yeah. For those who might not know Porky's, it was this high school sex comedy. They were kind of big at the time, and everyone kind of had one. Later, they'd be on Showtime or HBO or Skinamax late at night. But they were pretty innocent by today's standards. But I think the most famous scene was that you could peep on the girls' locker room. You can drill holes and make little peepholes.
We thought this was okay.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
I had gone to every locker room looking for those holes at summer camp.
I did spend a lot of time in locker rooms. I wasn't much of a sports person, and I skipped school quite a bit.
But you hung out in the locker?
No, I didn't hang out. That's what I'm saying. I didn't
like lockers either. I didn't like sports.
I didn't like locker rooms. I didn't like getting undressed in front of a bunch of dudes. No. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. It felt like prison. School was like prison. Just once again, just going to throw it out there.
It's ridiculous. And then there's always those guys who love to get naked in front of each other. They're so happy, and they spend their time. There's musicians I've worked with who are like that as well in dressing rooms.
It's weird. It's
I
weird.
don't
It
get
was
it.
always one guy when you were first going to school that was already he reaching adulthood before everybody else. There's like a full bearded fourth grader or like a
Mhm.
dude look like Magnum PI down there, and you're just like going, man, what is going on? This is not
100%.
right.
It's not right. It's not right. Yeah. No,
It's not right.
there was a lot of that, and I just didn't understand why people wanted to do this, and it never seemed fun other than Porky's. If it was like Porky's, maybe it would have been fun. But the famous scene, the guy puts his tongue into the peephole, and they put some soap on it, and then of course he puts his wiener in naturally, and a big fat woman comes and pulls on it. It made history. It was movie history. It looks like Mr. McFeely is on the Super Friends today behind you. That's Superman, but he and Batman and Robin, voiced by Casey Kasem. Anyway,
I saw an old advertisement for I believe it was Pillsbury. It was a Doughboy for something in the '80s, wiener wraps.
Yes, you sent me that. Yeah, you and I exchanged wiener.
All right. Well, I don't know why that didn't last.
Yeah, wonder what went wrong. I'll get to these comments, questions, super chats, but yeah, I enjoyed Porky's. Porky's 2 the next day was not as good.
I enjoyed watching Porky's 2 with my dad because he was really laughing at that drunk guy that played like he was a zombie, going boogie boogie boogity boogity.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember that correctly, I think my dad had a couple of drinks that night and was laughing, and I'm like going, what is happening here? I didn't really understand. I was such a young toddler watching that movie.
Yes, Jeff Down is up. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for getting up to waste some time with us. Best of Wednesday 13, Michelle, and all the time wasters. And yes, absolutely glad to be here. And anyway, Porky's Finance Christmas Story. He told me stories, but that movie directed by Bob Clark. Then he was in a movie called Kid Co., which is a movie that you recommended I talk to him about. I'm going to watch it tonight. But the director of that movie also directed like Gettysburg, but he directed Little Darlings. Anyway, it's a fun film. Another summertime rom-com inappropriate movie. But anyway, for those of you, that interview will be coming soon. So Wednesday, I saw you last weekend.
You did. You were just here in the same little room.
Yeah, we had an auction. It was an incredibly successful auction.
It was. People came through. It was good. We had a good time. It was fun.
Sean Clark, by the way, is he's paging Mike Hunt. He's in the comments now. I did invite Sean to attend the fun festivities today, but he is watching a sporting event.
What?
Yes.
What does it even mean? It better be something cool like rollerball or something like that. Or
I think he's watching
Death Race 2025.
I think it's college basketball. No, it can't be basketball. That's over.
It's women's basketball.
Maybe it was Oklahoma. I thought he said Oklahoma, but Sean is one of those guys who likes teams that are not from the same state that he lives in. He's discovered.
Is that popular or is that not popular? I'm not a sports fan. I don't know the lingo.
I only like teams from my home state, I think. But I mean, listen, everyone's got their own thing. Let's see here.
Sports etiquette. I don't know sports etiquette. That's the word. I need to learn.
It's because of a lot.
I learned weed etiquette. I didn't know that was a thing, but it is a thing. You didn't know that, did you?
You mean like how you pass and that kind of stuff?
There's certain ways. There's ways to do it. You're like, You break a tradition, a real old-fashioned old codger like myself will take it from you. You'll lose your turn.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know.
Yeah, you can't even say some of the terms that go with that anymore. I was just thinking about one, and yeah, you can't say it.
I used the term old codger the other day, and my lady said, "What does that even mean?" I went, "You look it up." and we did.
Mm-hmm.
And
Did you?
That's what I am.
Henry says that Porky spelled wrong made him gay. So nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. And Georgia is here. Oh, don't forget.
People say movies can't make a difference.
Yeah, they do. Don't forget Lassie. I worked at Macy's at Christmas time. I was an elf, and a 6'1" elf. And one day and one day they said, "Can you help us run like a cash register dressed as the elf, and sell these photos? Like people take photos of Santa Claus." I said, "I've never done it in my life, but I'll try." And Kim Cattrall was online, and everyone. She wasn't in Sex and the City yet, and I was like,
That's
"Oh my God,
Mannequin, right?
Mannequin!" Yeah, I was like,
Police Academy
and Lassie, yeah.
Yes.
And that's the first time that I learned if you're with someone intimately and they're making too much racket, just stick some undergarments in their mouth and it'll be fine.
That's what that's what I was taught.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, there's a lot to learn. Mrs. Ballbreaker. I forgot about Mrs. Ballbreaker. Yeah. Whale Ballbreaker. See all the fun things that we've learned together. Okay, hold on. And a lot of other a lot of people saying hi to Sean. Make sure you say hi to Sean gently. Don't interrupt the sporting event that he's rooting for. I hope he didn't wager. Oh, that's it. They know he has fans here. OKC hoops. Maybe that's I guess they're at the finals of basketball, and maybe the OKCs are in it. NBA finals. That's a big one.
See, I like sports in movies, but I don't like them in real life. Like John Cusack when he was, in One Crazy Summer, he wanted to be a good basketball player, and I related with him. And at the end, when he gets that little thing into the sail and wins the whole boat race, I felt connected. But I can't connect with these teams, these real life teams.
I like a hockey game if I think Jean-Claude Van Damme is going to have to spring into action and save everyone.
Call me old fashioned, but I like sports and movies where they belong. Like Rocky, I like sports. I like boxing, but I don't believe it in here. It's not real to me.
Thank you, Jeff. Down is up. We have discovered that it is the OKCs. Wednesday and I are not as big of fans as the OKCs, but.
What's OKC? Oklahoma City?
Yes, why not? And Ryder is enjoying your shirt. I was thinking, Ryder.
Ryder? I moved something today, and a couple of Ryder stickers fell out of my bag.
Hey, look at that, Ryder.
I got your email. I'll get back to you. I've been busy.
Ryder made a fantastic appearance on the show. He's 9 years old, and I thought, what would be a good gimmick, as the kids say, for Ryder would be maybe each week Ryder stops in for a minute or two and gives a movie review, maybe 5 minutes, and he reviews a movie that would be appropriate to people his age. Bloodsucking Freaks, Last House on the Left, I Spit on Your Grave, things like that. So Ryder, if you're interested,
Porky's 1 and 2.
Yeah, well, I don't think we can suggest that. Maybe I don't know, but anyway, I think that Ryder should appear more often and just pop in and give his update. And Sean is watching basketball surrounded by his 20 copies of Too Fast for Love. Well, that is probably true. I will tell you that he didn't go see Pretty Boy Floyd perform Too Fast for Love.
Damn.
Damn. Sometimes I do these shows Wednesday and I have absolutely nothing to say. But today I am just full of stories. Rebel from the Waist Down, 666 with the super chat. Jason, have you ever met any of the cast of Too Close for Comfort? Michelle Mondays, give the people what they want. Yes, well, every day around here is Michelle Day. But anyway, the Too Close for Comfort. Yes, I have met Jim J. Bullock. I have met Deborah Van Valkenburg. I have met who is in the Warriors. She's better known for the Warriors.
The song "I Am the Warrior."
No, the movie where they come out and play.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. Yes. And then Lydia Cornell, who, by the way, Lydia Cornell's got to be pushing 60. She's a fox still. That's what the kids call women. that dame is a fox.
I was trying to make a fox sound, and I realized I don't know what a sound a fox makes, so I just made a cat sound.
Well, there's a song.
I was thinking of fox.
There's a song. What does the fox say? Don't you remember that one?
I don't. I know Foxy Lady.
Look up what the
by that gentleman.
Sam Stanley here with a hot bulletin. Apollo Creed has passed away. It's about 2 years old, but okay.
Are you telling me?
Damn.
Are you telling me? No way. You know what? That reminds me. Somebody, I ain't gonna say who, ex-wife, she gave away my Carl Weathers Apollo Creed figure. I'm looking at my Mr. T and I'm like, why is he so naked? Because he's normally standing next to Apollo Creed. Hey, don't think about getting married out there, folks. Think about what you may lose if it comes to an end. I lost an Apollo Creed figure and an Ultraman figure. That's just two things I can think of I lost right there.
Yeah.
Don't get me started, hey.
So Ryder will come back and do movie reviews, and then maybe we should undress dolls more often. Last week we undressed.
Don't twist my arm.
Yeah, last week I undressed Maxwell Smart, and you undressed Gene Wilder.
You know that the Commando figure I have, he is meant to be undressed because in Commando there's a part where Schwarzenegger, before he goes on the island and murders about 300 people by himself, he gets into these little black underwears and he gets to the island, and you can strip him down into that.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe next week we'll do that.
Okay, I'll put that in my calendar over here.
And let's see. Now Sean has been a fan of the Sonics since the early 90s. Now, I knew that, but I thought the Sonics was the Seattle Supersonics. Have they moved to Oklahoma? Am I behind? Can someone help me?
Sonics is a rock group.
Sonics is also a place where they make milkshakes and hot dogs.
My daughter worked there for a while.
In a Sonic?
Yeah, it was like one of her first jobs.
Yeah.
I said, you get out of this house and you go work at a place that I can drop by and get free slushies and limeade. Put her to work for limeade.
Listen, Wednesday, could you spare 5 minutes to hear a Ryder review, Bring Her Back? Do you think we've got 5 minutes for that?
Of course we do. I don't know what that is, but I guess I'll find out.
Bring Her Back is a new horror movie.
I heard it's good. I you know what? I did hear someone post. Okay, I know what that is now.
I'm sure it's appropriate for 9-year-olds. Look, we're going to try this now. Listen, I'm not going to lie. I think the humor of this would be coaxing young Ryder into.
I don't know what that means.
Reviewing
coaxing. That's I believe that's a category on those adult sites.
Ryder, if you're watching, check your Instagram. And I'm getting 5 minutes, Ryder. In 5 minutes or less, tell me about the movie, and then I got to tell stories about the insanity of the weekend and the insanity tomorrow. Yesterday. Yes, there we go. A super chat to see Ryder's review horror movies. Well, Bring Her Back is a brand new movie. I have not seen it. Wednesday's not seen it. Sean probably has seen it. But let's.
He probably represents the entire cast.
I'm sure he does. If not, he's going to have him by the end of the night. He's
probably in it.
Darren F., thank you for becoming a channel member. I appreciate all the channel members. And here's the breaking news. The Seattle Supersonics moved to Oklahoma and became the Thunder. I am so out of it.
That is crazy.
Next, you're going to tell me the Cleveland Indians are no longer the Indians. Wait, anyway, I can't say that. All right. If you're ready, we're going to take 5 minutes with Ryder. Ryder B, by the way. Ryder B Good with an E on the end on social media. Ryder, are you ready? He looks ready. Here we go. Ryder, Bring Her Back. Tell me about it.
What up, guys?
What's up, dude?
So, Bring Her Back is the scariest movie my dad's seen.
Okay. All right. I like that. That's a good start.
It was actually really scary. So
what can you tell us about it without ruin? Well, go ahead, ruin it.
Spoiler alert. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
So the movie, it's like, so it takes place in like England, and it's like and there's these two kids that move to this home, and then like there's this lady that lives there, and then it's like at the end like you like she's
Don't tell the end. Yeah. Don't spoil it, bro. Don't spoil it, dude. Don't spoil it.
All right.
Go ahead, Ryder. You're a home run so far. I love it. Turn
So
off your speakers if you don't want to hear it. Go ahead, Ryder.
so there's like this evil lady and that lives there and everything, and then she has this son that and like she has this kid that's like really evil, and it's like and like he's like really weird and everything and stuff, and but then it's like there's like something in like his body, and it's like he turns into like some demon thing and stuff, and he's just really evil and everything, and it's like he freaking like chews the table and stuff. He freaking like he just it's so scary, and it's like and then the mom is really evil too and everything, and but then it's like huh I what else is there, so so there's like yeah that's Bring Her Back, that's the kid right there.
What would you compare it to? Like if you
Uh,
other movies you've seen, does it remind you of anything else that you've seen?
it kind of reminds me of The Exorcist. Like the Exorcist is like, you know, Reagan's like kind of a demon kid and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And this person's also like a demon kid. So it mostly just reminds me of The Exorcist. But
Okay.
yeah, that's Bring Her Back. That was it's really scary. You guys definitely have to check it out.
So
I'm
you
gonna
recommend
go
it?
see it now.
You recommend it?
Yes, I do. I definitely recommend it. Yeah, it's
Wednesday,
so scary, and you guys would definitely love it. So
Wednesday, we need to find like a rating system for Ryder, like a scale that he can use. When Ryder next week, we'll have a scale for
All
you to
right, yeah,
rate
we'll
me.
we'll get it figured out because he's better than Leonard Maltin or any of those guys.
yeah,
Definitely better. And Ryder, this movie is rated G, right?
um, it's rated R.
Oh,
All right.
People walked out of
who
it.
went to the movie with you?
So it was my mom and my dad who went to the movie, and with me, of course, and like during like the middle of the movie, it was so scary that other people that were watching the movie leave the room. It was too it like it was that scary, and like
Were there a lot of peers, people your age, hanging out also?
no,
Hmm.
no, not at all, no.
That's that's great.
And were you scared at any point?
I was like scared the whole thing. It was terrifying.
At any point,
Great.
did you question your parents' decision to take you to see the movie?
Like, why would you take me to see this? Or did you thank them?
I mean,
Yeah, of
yeah, it was my parents' decision. So first we were going to see Final Destination Bloodlines,
course.
but the Cinepolis theater did not like it was not playing that movie in the theater. So then we decided to see Bring Her Back, and man, well, it was so scary. Yeah.
All right. Well, Ryder, I think you're a home run. That's a fantastic review. Next week, I look forward to you coming back and doing it again. Okay.
Definitely.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Check
See
out
you
Ryder.
next
Be
time.
good. Social media. Wednesday. Sometimes I have these ideas that I'm not sure how they're going to go. I think Wednesday he was a home run.
I think that's great. It's like we got our own little Siskel and Ebert without having to deal with Siskel or Ebert.
He stuck to his time frame. He got
Yeah.
in. He was funny. I remember I used to date somebody, and they would say, "Yeah, I was watching this movie earlier," and I go, "Okay, what did you watch?" Well, I mean, there was this boxer, and like he met this girl, and like a fish store, and then he fights on the 4th of July. You watch Rocky, and oh yeah, Rocky. And it was
Yeah.
always like that. These guys, and it's the 4th of July weekend, and there's a boat. And a big shark. Jaws. You watch Jaws, you know, and yeah. But I think Ryder was great. He's a good kid, and you should check him out on his social media, and we'll have him back again. And we got to get a scale for him. He needs like a system. Like I give it 5, you know,
Yeah, somebody said on there you should do 2 horns up, or you could do 2 horns down, or one. I don't.
All right.
I don't know.
A lot of
I don't
people.
like. I don't know. I rage against the system, or is that their band?
I'm not familiar. A lot of
Okay,
people
I don't
saying
know.
hi to Ryder. Although I tell you, I was on a plane with that Rage Against the System guitar player.
Rage Against the System. They are hardcore, and they are politically charged.
He was heading to a riot, I think, but he was very nice. I have to say, he was very nice. We stopped and had a little conversation, and he was. I'm a bigger fan now than I was.
You should have Sebastian Bach read him the Riot Act, the song.
You want to hear some Sebastian Bach stories?
I want to hear all about it. I watched some of the show on YouTube. Someone uploaded it, and I felt like I was there, but I wasn't.
Yeah, it was. All right, hold on. I'm just get through some of these things. A lot of people enjoyed Ryder, so I'm happy for that. Blah blah blah. Okay, so. Well, let's go back to the auction because that's what we were talking about.
Oh yeah, we auctioned the hell out of stuff.
And I make the mistake of trying to do too much. I think we all do, and so
I think the one thing we made the mistake on is we didn't get an auctioneer.
Right.
Because we could have put our money into that, hired a guy for maybe $1,000, $2,000 a day to come in, an authentic Texas auctioneer to go. And just go off.
I might practice it for next time. But we did it on short notice. A lot of people tuned in, and it was great. And we'll do more, and make some more personal items available. Pretty cool that people got to take home stage worn outfits and props and other things that were part of the show. And so we will do that again, and we'll give people a little more notice. And a lot of people were smart and signed up and got the $15 too. So that was fun.
That gave me a lot of ideas what we could do for the next one. I think the next one will it's gonna be fun. Even more fun.
I wanted to do it on YouTube as well so people could watch on both, but I was so exhausted that trip because we drove into Hollywood, we went right to the convention, Simon Wright appearing on Friday. And then Saturday morning, and listen, everything was screwed up with my hotel. I was supposed to stay at the Burbank Marriott. I'm a gold member. And they said that there was some maintenance problem and you got to go somewhere else. I went to some hotel in Glendale. They gave me a piece of paper that said he can stay here or something. They looked at it, what the hell is this? And I ended up at another hotel. It was a long night, but it was a fun convention. I recapped it on Monday, but it was nice to see some of the celebrities. As I told you Wednesday, the Beaver is not. I think the Beaver's having some problems.
I know. I messaged you in a as if I was Beaver, or yeah.
Yeah, it was crummy.
It's crummy.
Yeah, it was fun to see.
I saw him over there. I didn't go get the autograph. One of my fans, maybe one of the girls, is on here. I think on the. Either way, brought me a Beaver autograph earlier this year.
Very cool.
But I was watching him from afar, and I was like, "Hey, he don't look so good. I don't know if I want to go up and ruin all my childhood dreams and have him, plead the fifth on me."
You were watching him from afar.
Yes.
Now, is that a story you would tell or no?
No, definitely not.
It's an intriguing story involving death and alleged allegations, but we can't tell it anyway. But I did meet Beaver and his friends, and look, I hope he's okay. But he was having some trouble. I am too. And I'm half the Beaver's age, but I did get a bunch of things signed. Barney Miller, though, at 94 years old, Hal Linden, he was sharp. We had a great conversation, and I should point out my buddy Calvin. Sean knows Calvin. He represents a lot of these actors, and his girlfriend,
Calvin Klein.
Yeah, yes, his girlfriend is Fake Jan from the Brady Bunch musical reviews, and I said she's got to come on the show. How interesting. Those years, the Sid and Marty Krofft live show production years. She was Fake Jan, way before Autograph and bands like that. Hold on, Sean said he's available only at halftime. So hold on. I don't know if halftime
mean. What is a halftime?
Let's well, maybe Sean will explain it. Hold on, I'm going to send.
That's what people get paid when they work over to get time and a half, overtime, time and a half.
If, by the way, for those of you watching the Oklahoma Sooners game, or whatever it's called, Spooners, during halftime, Sean Clark will be the live halftime show. Stephen Piercy texting me business questions. Who has time for that? Okay, maybe we'll see Sean at halftime. Anyway, so great time at the Hollywood Show. Came right back, and then it was time to go to work at my day job. And Piercy DiMartini, it was a fun little show. We gave away a pair of tickets. It was kind of a fun way to give away tickets. I'd like to do that again, where you just first person who shows up in the chat and has the guts to show me their ID wins. I did meet the winner there, so he used his ticket. That was the whole point. It was crazy, and it was a who's who of whoever here in Las Vegas, and nothing's easy with that camp. It was a long day of sound checks and a lot of I need this and I need that. I mean, look, you don't become a guitar hero without needing things, but it seemed to go well. I thought Steven sounded very good. I'll be honest, I think it's the best he's sounded in a while. I knew this would be a good show. I think the club setting, that intimate thing, was cool for them, as opposed to a lot of these giant venues they've been playing. So it was fun, a little bit of a different set list. But I'll tell you some of the luminaries Wednesday that were in the crowd. Duke Fame was there. Paul Shortino, who also was in the band Rough Cut with Matt Thorne. Jakey Lee was there.
He's always there.
Who was also in the band Rough Cut with Matt Thorne, and he was also in Rat. And so Jake was there, and he's very close with Warren. It was cool to see the two of them together. George Lynch was missing from the equation, but it was cool to see those guys. And Jakey Lee he's a great guy, and we always talk, and he's very fun, and he was shot in the dark not long ago, and fortunately he's up and about, and he looks good. Jake looked good. I like him. If they say don't meet your heroes, and I mean, Jakey Lee's not necessarily my hero. I grew up on Johnny Ramone, but if you did meet him and he was your hero, you would be happy, because he's a cool guy and he seems to have the time for everyone. At one point, Johnny Monaco was there and watching his former bandmates, sometimes bandmates, and he said, "We should go see Jake play." And I said, "Well, where the hell is he playing?" And he said, "Well, in Birmingham or whatever it is with Ozzy Osbourne." And I said, "Well, Jake, just put us on the list and we'll jump on the bus and head over there." Other established, here's a big one, possibly the biggest star there. And I just read about this guy. He's very nice, and he does a lot of charitable things. And I would say, you're probably not a fan, but he probably sold more records than a lot of people. Dexter from The Offspring. Not a fan?
No, I have a funny story with him, but
Can you tell?
I was like, did I meet him, or did I just? He walked in a room. He walked in a sex room that I was in, and he was witnessing a sex act, and I was not part of the sex. I was just in the room, just kind of hanging in the corner.
You were a spectator.
Yeah, and he kind of walked in, went, "What's up, guys?" and just kind of did that.
Was this when you were in the Murder Dolls?
Yes.
And so how many people would you say were viewing the act?
Oh, it was a little tiny closet dressing room in this.
It wasn't an arena setting.
No, it was in a club in Japan, and we were backstage, or the little backstage area, and Ben Graves, God rest his soul, he was doing the rock and roll duty of being serviced, and that guy walked in and saw the service.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Ghoul, not again." It was just like a TV show with us.
And Dexter was okay with it?
No, he was he was completely horrified, shocked. He ran out. I think he may have left the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he has a hot sauce called Gringo Bandito, and we tried it on the show. It was all right, and I've met him before, and he's very nice. And the guy is a rock star. I mean, it's not everyone's music. I actually do, and I don't listen to. Ever since the Fly for a White Guy, I wasn't as interested, but I did like their older stuff. I remember they came out around the same time as Green Day, and I go, "This Offspring's the one that's going to make it." I was wrong, but he's a genius. The guy is like a doctor, and he's invented cures for things, and he's very smart, and he flies a plane. And this is what I like about him. He does a thing called Miracle Flight, and he will fly kids who need surgery or help or whatever to wherever the hell they got to go. And he flew these kids who went to a burn victim camp where they get to talk to other kids and maybe get some help and things. And this is not a thing he publicizes. Other people talk about it.
I've never heard about it. That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, yeah. And so I know a lot of people would not like a guy like that. But
I don't have anything. I just, that's my only story I have with him. I didn't get a chance to meet him. He ran away.
Well, you shared a moment with him.
Yeah.
Now, when
somebody
you were
said
at
I was in a chair watching. I was not in a chair.
So when you were at the servicing, you were not going to be involved? You didn't need to get service?
No, it wasn't like that. It was just like, the ghoul was sitting on a couch, and he had these two girls that were following him around everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And
there was two.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a tall gentleman, so he was just kind of like a spider sitting on this couch, and that guy walked in, and it really wasn't even a door. It was like a curtain, and he kind of opened it, and he went, "Hey, what's up?" And he kind of ran off. And then the Weezer guy came in, and he started hanging out with Joey. So I was like,
Rivers Cuomo, that one?
That guy, yes.
Yeah, he's an interesting character. I like him too. Anyway, so he was there, and yes, he's a class guy, and for a famous guy, he was really cool. I'll tell you, there was an idiot backstage who claims to run a magazine. I can't say who, and they asked to take a picture with all the rock stars, and this idiot gave Dexter their camera to take the picture because they only knew like 80s rock. Dexter was nice enough just to take the picture. Didn't have to point out that he was pretty fly for a white guy. But so let me think of who else I could see who was there. Oh, Phil Lewis was there.
Phil Lewis? Aren't they on tour?
They must be home, or they got a new singer. No, I don't want to spread rumors. No, he was there. And
I think they should get that guy from Cherry Street back. He was my favorite.
Paul Black, is that him? Yeah. So anyway, they were there. Danny the Count Coker, who owned the place for all these years, of course, was there. And there might have been other luminaries floating around. I just can't remember. It was so many familiar faces. But as you know, when you're working a hometown gig, everybody wants to get on the list. Tickets were $250 a piece. And
that's it.
I had one friend who I haven't spoke to in 5 years. I put him on the list. He showed up for the show at 10 o'clock, which is when the show ended. It was an 8:30 show. Wednesday, when you're on the road, what is the text message you get on show day that drives you crazy the most?
It's just, I mean, I get messages from people all the time going, "What time are you guys playing?"
Yeah, that's the one I was looking for.
What time are you playing?
Do you go on?
And then, well, what time should I leave my house? That's what I've been asked that one.
It's insane. Like, what do I got to do with it? Should I shower before I leave?
What time are you guys playing?
I'm trying to decide if I should have something to eat first. You know,
does the club have food? I wonder sometimes if Gene Simmons gets messages like this.
I think he does. I think it's a music business.
I hope everybody I hope Billy Corgan, Gene Simmons. Like, what time are you going on tonight?
In this day and age of Google, the question is away, and so it's very it's ridiculous. But every day, and I remember I got one first thing in the morning. I went, "Son of a bitch!" This is how it starts, and then somebody else was they wanted to get some autographs, and they told people that they knew me and that I was going to get their I didn't know this person. Had nothing to do with it. These are the kind of things that happen on show day here in Las Vegas. It's also strange. Normally on tour, Warren and Steven have separate dressing rooms, not because they don't like each other, but they have their own space. And then the band
Vamped has a little side room and a kitchen,
and that's it.
Yep.
And I spent a lot of time in that kitchen. Yeah, and Johnny Monaco was there.
I washed my hair in that kitchen.
You did?
Yeah, took a bath in that sink one time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kidding, but I did wash my hair in the bathroom once. In the
sink,
toilet, like a man.
Like a man, and not in a locker room with a bunch of other.
Exactly, I do it like a real man in a toilet.
Yeah.
It's actually the best way to do it, because if your hair goes down and you flush it, it actually springs all the shampoos and all the essential oils.
Mm-hmm. This has been
I'm kidding. Don't anyone try this at home.
Don't try it at home.
Go to a neighbor's house.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, it was a fun night, but crazy. And Wednesday, I'm kind of over what they call photographers at these shows.
I get speaking of messages, I get as soon as I announce a tour, I get a message that a tour that's 6 months away. Hello, my name is blah blah blah, and I would love to have opportunity to and I'm like, I haven't even booked the ticket. I haven't even thought about what I'm doing for that show. I'm not even thinking about a photographer. It's not that
it's
that's another
crazy.
message I get quite a bit.
A lot of people are just looking for a free ticket, and they're hobby photographers. Then you get the people who want to review you for their fanzine.
And then you got the people who will lose their mind if you don't tag them or credit them. I've had some people come after me and threaten me.
God forbid their watermark not show up in a picture of you. They want it's a picture they took of you, but they're mad at you for not properly.
I had a guy. I'm like, go away. You need to stop. Like, you're selling merchandise with my photo and didn't give me. I'm like, what?
I want to ban photographers. I'm against it.
I'm not against it at all. I've dealt with some situations sometimes, and it gets a little odd. Everything's crazy now. Everything's crazy now.
I only want sketch artists at the shows, and I'm going to try this out where the photo pit becomes sketch pit.
Like a courtroom, like this P. Diddy trial. That's how I'm following it. I'm just watching sketches of him.
The P. Diddy sketches are the most racist, ridiculous sketches ever. They have got these big black.
Oh, they make it look like the Good Times painting.
It's so bad. It's worse than half of the things he allegedly did. But so I wanted people only sketching in the front row or painting. Bring your easel. And these photographers have become so entitled. Well, I need to have access. I need this. Here's a few things that I've learned in my years of watching photographers. One, the front row is the worst place to take a picture because you're taking pictures up people's chins, which is how they photographed the Frankenstein monster. They're scarier at this angle. The best place to get a picture is from the back and get a good setting and get good lighting. You can't see half the stuff when you're up front. That's one problem about the up front. They want to be up front because they want to be seen. I got to be seen. Look at me. I'm up front. I don't like that they're blocking the fans who paid money for the tickets. And so that's why I only do the 3-song rule. I don't know what you do, but I
do 3 songs and they usually stay longer than that. But it's, I look so good through my whole show. I don't mind them just taking photos the whole time.
Well, you're a handsome guy. Now I will say that
I'm kidding. I do mind it sometimes.
Well, and look, Steven and Warren they're in their 60s. That's no secret. And so they don't really need new pictures for promotional use. In fact, they look perfect in 1984, and that's the photos that people should be using. They try to tell you they're doing you a favor. And you know about this Getty? Getty's a photo company where they take you, not to J. Paul, the gasoline tycoon, oil, but Getty is this company where they just everyone's just selling your picture. You put them on the list. They take your picture, then it goes into a pool for people to buy it. And somehow that benefits you because your picture will be used. Not that there's not a million pictures. So I'm tired of all the bullshit. I usually say no to everybody. No
I
photo.
don't even know the Gettysburg Address, so I ain't even involved with it.
No
so.
reviews, nothing. I don't think it's necessary.
Get it out of here.
And backstage, that's another one. Everyone wants to get, I need to go backstage. And people, I don't have the right pass. I need this pass. Listen, nothing's
I'm barely
going on.
in our backstage. I go to our backstage before I walk on stage, and that's it. That's it.
Maybe if there's,
I pee in a bottle in a corner in that dressing room, and that's about it.
Listen, you're backstage. Sometimes people get serviced in the closet. That's a different experience.
Well, that was the old days. This is the new days. That was months ago.
Let's see. I'm showing some of the things here that maybe some people relate to what I'm saying as well. It's nice to take pictures, but I've always hated the idea. Wednesday, someone could go out after taking pictures of you at your shows, and they could create the Wednesday 13 book, and you don't get any money for that book. It's a book of pictures of you. Man, something's wrong.
There's so much stuff out there of me that's bootlegged, and I get people telling me every day, "Here's a person imitating you on Facebook." I'm like, how am I this popular? For people like that, that doesn't reflect my record sales.
Or the views of the Tame Me Down video,
or the views of those videos or anything. It's just like, what? Like, if I'm that popular to get my stuff stolen and people imitate me, I feel like that would reflect my record sales and Spotify numbers and YouTube numbers. But no, just some random person wants to tell people that they're me.
And it happens in every city. Somebody says, I met you 40 years ago. I'm talking more about Steven, obviously, than me or you. But
I got people that say they grew up with me and hey, man, remember me? We used to hang out.
Yeah.
There's one guy that came up to me and said, "Remember me, man? I was the first person to get you to smoke out of a gravity bong." And I went, I didn't even smoke weed back then, but this guy's convinced that I did. And not a gravity bong. I don't even know what this is. Well, but I wrote it down. I'm looking it up right now.
Well, good news, Wednesday. I know you're a big sports fan.
I love sports.
It is halftime. The halftime show begins. Here he is, Sean Clark. Sean, what is the score?
Oh my! Look at Sean's doing the camera angle that we were just talking about that photographers use.
That's right. He's lost a lot of weight.
Hi. They're down 64-60.
Is that bad?
No.
No, that's what we want. We want our team to be losing.
Well, but they're down.
Strategy.
They're down, but that's not a lot not in basketball.
It's fine.
They're in it. And so who are they playing? Because once the Knicks were out, so was I.
Indiana Pacers.
Sean, do you ever have trouble like on Poltergeist, like with your neighbor next door, like turning the remote and it keeps changing the channel and you like go out your door and you're like, "Hey, come on." And you're like, he's like, "Hey." And you're like,
yes.
Wanting to watch, your wife's like wanting to watch something else. You ever have that problem?
Yes.
I like the lighting changes on the TV on Sean's face. Like the different colors. Anyway, well, hopefully now, what is the series at right now? Who's leading?
It's tied 1-1.
Right. So this is a pivotal game 3.
Best of 7.
Yeah, best of 7. Now, is this the finals?
Yes.
So this is it. This is for all the marbles Wednesday.
You said they're tied. Now that means they're sponsored by the detergent company, correct?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Sorry,
all your jokes.
Playing extra dumb. I know all about sports, guys. I'm actually a big sports fan.
Jeff is saying hello to Sean and Nay. I can't imagine Nay is watching the basketball game with you.
She is not.
All right.
She is not a sports fan.
As Sean, I was saying earlier, I had Scott Schwartz. I interviewed him earlier today, and he said he had such kind words about you and how you were truly one of the great guys. So
he knows which asses to kiss.
I got that feeling. Sean is chilling on the sofa like David from Lost Boys, and
like him.
You're lounged out like that Burt Reynolds picture where he don't have on any clothes. He's just wearing like that that bear skin rug. I believe.
Great photo.
I might just no, never mind.
He's showing off all the weight that he's lost.
I'll find it again. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's part of the ever growing life. I'm going for the record gaining weight. Good breaking news! Tina just got a friend request from Joey Jordison. Maybe from the great beyond. I don't know. Yeah, let's see.
Possible.
Watched a recent LA Guns concert for Denver, and they sounded ferocious. I don't know if that's good. And Phil Lewis was great. Would rather see them with Piercy DiMartini than Bret Michaels. Okay, there's that. Let's see here. Just going to everybody's.
I saw
I think if I put some light on it, the color change won't be as distracting.
Well, I kind of enjoyed it. I mean, it's not like you have the Super Friends on behind you.
No.
Jason, Sean, did you guys ever see Nikki Sixx's Brides of Destruction band when that toured?
I did not.
A video came on YouTube today. It was like the first Brides of Destruction show, and I'd never seen that, and I watched it, and it was Tracy Guns was on guitar, and yeah, I don't know if you've seen it. If you've seen it live.
Well, what did you think?
I thought Nikki's hair looked exceptional.
Wasn't the singer a hairstylist?
Yes, and that guy kept calling me on my phone for a while, and I didn't know him, and it was weird. And then he went to Europe and started some hair metal band in Sweden, and then he disappeared again.
Sean,
was he calling you, trying to get you to do something with your hair? Like, dude, let me help you.
I don't know. I was scared to take a phone call. I'm still scared to take phone calls.
Sean, did you see the Bring Her Back movie that Ryder reviewed?
Yes.
Did you enjoy it?
I did. It's I don't know how scary it is. He kept saying it was really scary. I mean, it's disturbing. Yeah. It's disturbing. It definitely makes you uncomfortable.
I like movies like that.
You'll like it then. It's from the same guys that did Talk to Me.
Poison? I think Poison, right? Talk Dirty to Me?
They're from Australia.
That song is scary as hell.
Oh. Yeah, they're Australian, two twin brothers.
That's pretty scary.
There's two twin brothers in G.I. Joe. They're bad guys.
Maniac Spider Trash. Wednesday, since the stream where you spoke about old glam bands, more specifically, I've gained a new favorite in Shooting Gallery.
Ooh,
the song Restless is so good.
That's a good one. First single was The House of Ecstasy.
Shooting Gallery was Andy McCoy, right?
Yeah. I remember the singer's name was Billy G. Bang. That's all I know. I can't remember everybody else in the band. I'm drawing a blank. Or Andy McCoy, of course. And they changed Hanoi Rock's song to "Don't You Never Leave Me."
Creative.
Don't you never leave me, babe.
Same. But there's his solo on that song. It might be the best solo he's ever done on that song, though.
They opened for Kiss at the Ritz Studio 54 around that time, Shooting Gallery. And then I went to an
YouTube video of them playing with Kiss.
I went to an event at the Limelight, the church, rock and roll church in New York, and it was an event to legalize marijuana. And the Bad Brains played. And then after Bad Brains was a jam band, and the jam band was Vinnie Paul, I think Vinnie Paul on drums, and Dimebag. No, it wasn't Vinnie Paul. Excuse me. It was Dimebag and Rex from Pantera, Snake and Sebastian from Skid Row. Don't remember who played drums, and then Andy McCoy on guitar. They played "Take Me Higher," rest in peace, Sly Stone, and a bunch of other tunes. And I remember being a kid and thinking, this is crazy to see these people all in one place. Bats. So Sean, thoughts on the movie Together that's coming out at the end of next month?
I haven't seen it, but the trailer looks really good. That looks pretty disturbing.
A lot of questions about this Tron helmet behind you. Is that an actual helmet from the movie?
That is Tron's helmet. That's Bruce Boxleitner's helmet.
Is it signed by Bruce Boxleitner?
No, I don't have prop signed.
Yeah, Sean has a thing with that. Yeah, I would probably get the prop signed, but Sean does
There's
not.
Sark's helmet. You can see Sark's helmet and Tron's helmet, and then the reflection of my TV. Poltergeist clowns, some trick or treat stuff. Anyway,
I don't think you've ever been in. You guys
gotta throw me a little scratch. You want to see more? Anyway, and don't donate to Jason because I ain't getting none of that.
He won't see that. No.
Yeah.
But this is like very rare that you see the Sean Man Cave, the Sean Cave.
We've been in that room. I know what's in there.
Yeah, I sometimes get scared that Sean has all these pinball machines up there. I feel like, how did you know the weight would carry it? Like, how did you? That's a lot. You got a lot of weight on that floor.
I didn't. We talked about that when this room was filled with people on my Christmas party. I was kind of like, well, I guess it's okay.
Have you ever cranked up the Who Pinball Wizard really loud and like wore only whitey tighties like Risky Business and just went for it one night and played every single pinball machine simultaneously and just went down and just was sweaty and just had it just rocking?
Yes, but then the neighbor changed the channel and screwed it all up.
Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. So I know you guys are all dying today, and I'm shocked.
We're all dying?
I'm sure. Well, we are all dying, but I'm shocked you haven't brought it up like multiple times. Before I even came on.
News tonight.
Luke Wilson is that
about how the first Yuck Mouth practice went.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Brian Wilson stole your thunder. Yeah. How did the first Yuck Mouth practice go?
Well, it was going great until Brian Wilson was having a hard time hitting some notes, and now we know why. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was going to be a special guest. He's not coming now.
Yeah.
But no, it went really good actually, and the wrist is good. We practiced for 4 hours. So
is that show sold out?
I heard it's less than 50 tickets away from being sold out.
What is the day of the show?
June 22nd, the Garden Amphitheater. Yeah, we got to practice Friday and then Saturday, and I think we're going to do one more maybe midweek before the show because it's a week from this Sunday.
Where do you practice at? Do you practice in a rehearsal spot or just in a room?
He's going to get swarmed if you say.
Yeah, if I say where, it's just going to be droves of fans standing outside waiting.
He's going to need a pickaxe.
A rehearsal space? Do you just
there is actually, surprisingly, I didn't even know about this. There's a rehearsal studio less than a mile from my house. It's been there for over 20 years, and I didn't even know it existed.
Well, there you go.
So that was the first one. Second one. Third one, we're meeting halfway in Long Beach because our singer's a diva. And then I think we're doing the last practice in L.A. I know you're thinking, what? A singer? A diva? No,
I
that
thought
can't,
when you said
that can't
meet me
be.
halfway, you guys are going to play that Kenny Loggins song, Meet Me Halfway. And I'm like, well, I'm definitely coming to the show now.
I was thinking, when he said, he didn't want to come all the way to Orange County for practice. I didn't want to break it to him and let him know that the show's in Orange County, but maybe we can make some calls and see if we can get it moved for him. So
that'd be nice. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
We're talking about lead singers, and there's a thing called lead singer disease. There was a very famous attorney at the show last night. He was former counsel for Donald Trump.
Was it Larry H. Parker?
No, he served under the Obama administration and the Trump administration.
J.G. Wentworth.
He was telling me a lot about
Sweet James.
He was talking. Sweet James was my favorite. Yeah, he was talking a lot about lead singers and people who kind of run at the mouth that are crazy. And I told him, I said, well, I bet you know a lot about that. I can't tell you his response because he's very high up in Washington. But
wait a second. Is it the guy whose number is siete? The
law profession is that guy got deported. The siete.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well,
Sean, can you tell me about
accidentes? No.
Can you tell me about that ice pick or whatever it is on the wall behind you? A pickaxe.
That was a gift from Peter Cowper, aka the Miner from My Bloody Valentine. That was his pickaxe. He gave that to me as a gift.
One or the remake?
OG, dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's only like, you know.
I don't watch minor movies.
That's true. You got to watch out for the minors. But he lays around, and there's just all this amazing memorabilia. And someone asked, why is he not watching the game? He is. It's halftime.
It's halftime.
He took time
as soon as that shit comes back on, I'm peacing out.
Mm-hmm. This is the halftime
20 minutes.
show.
Hey,
20 minutes.
Next time you listen to Kiss Sweet Pain, you should sing Sweet James. It goes exactly the same way. I did it today.
You guys want to speculate why Eric Singer's not involved in the Kiss reunion yet?
Because Badlands is getting back together.
I think it's what Sean insinuated. I insinuated as well. Yeah,
I
think he's holding out, and I think they're going to call his bluff when you see somebody else playing drums.
Eric Singer's he's a nice guy.
He is a nice guy, but I don't know. I think they said that they're revamping the idea of that Kiss weekend. They're going to change it around. They're going to add special guests. I think the tickets are selling very poorly, and they are going to revamp it. I think that there's a good chance you see Ace Frehley at least involved in it. Maybe not playing, but I think he'll be signing things.
I think they should have Eric Carr's sister play drums.
I think that Ace Frehley should come in with a marching band playing that drum for Rock Soldiers and just walk him right in the back of the place with a spotlight on him and lead him right to the stage.
I would go.
You know what? You know what would be classic is if the guys in Kiss, he just showed up and they didn't realize that he had an ace in his deck.
Yeah, they.
That's good. That's good setup.
So we'll see. Maybe they'll make some interesting announcements, and we'll see what happens with that. Question they're asking me about visiting the Seinfeld apartment, Married with Children. Married with Children is in Chicago. I'm going to be there soon, and I'll do that. And the Seinfeld apartment is on a studio lot. It's not an actual place, but you can see the restaurant. That's in New York City, Tom's.
Hey, Jason.
Yes.
Do you have Randy O's contact info?
I have to look. He commented on a bunch of videos. I'll get it from Jeff Duncan.
He commented on one of my videos. I just noticed and said he wanted me to contact him. So I sent him a message through Instagram. I don't know if he's ever seen it. So
I'll get
you should leave a message and just chant Odin.
He'll appear.
He'll get right back to you, I'm sure.
He's a sexy guy.
He's a sexy guy.
If you say it 3 times, he'll appear.
It'd be better
if he's got any of those chaps left.
If Gazzari appeared. Oh, well, I hate to break it to you guys.
Oh, all right. Well, Sean, good luck in the.
All right.
We hope you get a touchdown.
If they lose and they don't hit a home run or score a hat trick, I will be very upset. So don't contact me.
All right. Well, let's hope you win.
Is Muggsy Bogues still playing?
He's playing point guard right now. I'm watching him. So
all right. Well, good.
Yeah.
He's from North Carolina. He's my favorite.
Oh, Dr. J just blocked his shot.
That guy's still around?
Muggsy
he's the best.
Taller than Scott Schwartz. All right, Sean. Enjoy the game.
See you later, guys.
Thank you. All right. Bye. That was Sean Clark. He'll be back. Follow him on his social media.
Wasn't Muggsy like an old gangster name? Hey, Muggsy, yeah.
Yeah, see? Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Somewhere I can see him, see? Yeah, see?
People should start talking like that again.
No, I agree. I don't know what this is. They want me to share a link.
Sort of W.C. Fields. Get out of here, kid. You're bothering me.
All right, let's see. Did I miss any super duper chats? I feel like I did. Now that Sean's gone, feel free to contribute. He's not going to see any of it. We went out to dinner the other day, and it was very awkward because sometimes when you go out to dinner with friends, one friend gets stuck with the bill, right? So what I do is outside, I go, Michelle, you tell them where everyone gets a separate check to make sure. But I wanted to take care of your dinner because you're on the show and, people are tipping and I wanted to support it. But I didn't want to pay for all those broads dinners. You know what I mean?
I get you. It's all good.
And then Michelle's like, well, I don't know what to do. And I go, listen, You're going to show them. And so Michelle Soon, she was right on it. Separate checks. And she did good. And anyway, but then I was like, how do I say, now I'll take this dame over here, you, but not those dames over there. And so anyway, but it worked out. But now I still owe you a dinner. Although I don't know.
Next time we're going to Dave's Hot Chicken.
What does Deb J sucks? What does that mean?
Who? Dead J. What does that mean?
Oh, someone who didn't like Sean. Sorry, Sean. I see it now. Deb is not a fan of Sean.
What?
I find it hard to believe. Why would
Sean will take that pickaxe down?
Yeah. Deb, you leave your information in the chat. You have a Sean Clark at your door.
When the hammer swings down, just like Babylon AD.
I can't answer this question because I work with one of them and I know both of them. And I don't think that who's better is a fair question. I think that Warren DeMartini is better at playing Rat, and I think George Lynch is better at playing Doggin, if that means anything.
I have the same debate when I get in the shower and I'm looking at my shampoo bottle and my conditioner bottle. I'm like, which is better? Shampoo is better.
Now,
conditioner is better.
There's a lot of things that you could say you don't like Sean for, or me, or Wednesday, but I don't think this one is necessarily fair. He says he talks about himself too much, but we're on a show where we talk about ourselves, and I asked Sean to promote himself, and we're asking, questions. So I'm not sure that that's grounds. I don't. Sean had a good comment, but I don't know if I should make a comment with the C word on the screen. But
shampoo is better.
He says that Deb J is an opinionated C word. Now back to talking about me. Well, Deb, you see what he's saying. People asking about our Friday the 13th plans. I don't even know when it is.
It's Friday the 13th. It can't be. It's this week, right? Huh.
Oh yeah, I think I'm flying. I'll be in Canada for Friday the 13th. That's my plans.
Ah.
A lot of Sean's fans are very angry. And they're not going to take it. Oh, wait. Nope, that's not her. But thank you. Thank you. She says, so I'm not allowed to have an opinion. Whatever. Well, Deb.
Whatever. I take care of my kids. Whatever.
Well, Deb, this is your lucky day. I'm going to send you a link, and I want you to come on, and you tell us what you think of Sean Clark. So I'll wait for you, Deb. And maybe if Sean wins, he could give you a piece of his mind. Anyway, what is this here? Jason, will you ever grow out your mustache? No, I will not. Oh, enough pussyfooting. Sean Brown here with some money that will help me and Wednesday have lunch. Sean Clark won't be there. Hello, Jason, and Wednesday 13. I've seen that Wednesday owns G.I. Joe Collectibles. That he does. I received the General Transport for Christmas in 1990. Does Wednesday know what the value of some of these G.I. Joe toys are? And are there any he'd like to own?
I don't know what that is. Because
I'm not sure either.
There's two different names, because sometimes they had like different stuff. It was called like the blah, blah, blah. And then it had like a nickname. Like
that's what I think. Is it I think it's that that it rolls and it looks like a Star Wars thing. And
it rolls and looks like a. You're talking about the. Hold on. What did he say it was?
General Transport.
No, that's the bridge layer. What you're thinking about? I think it lays a bridge over.
Mm-hmm.
General Transport. I don't know what that is. If that's the big Jeep that carries all the figures in the back, like a. I don't know. Let me know what it is.
I'm working on it. Holy shit! There's a lot of G.I. Joe stuff. Oh, is it the weapons transport? Because I don't think I had this. Let's see if you had. Did you have the weapons transport?
Let's see.
This might be too small here, but
1990. It's hard to say.
That
little thing. Oh, that little guy. If he's got it in the box like that, it's probably worth something. Because I have like I have some stuff that's like that. I don't know how much it's worth. I mean, it's not worth a whole lot.
Are you familiar with the amphibious carrier? Oh, there it is. The APC, obviously, the amphibious.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was talking about.
Yeah, that's kind of maybe what I was describing.
Yeah, I have that in the next room. I don't have it in the box though. Anything in the box is going to be, you know, especially if it's in good condition or some people will just want like the box art. Like for me, I have like a toy over here in the box just because I like the box art of it. So I paid like $300 for that thing, and it's not in perfect condition. So just go on eBay and type it in and see what people are selling.
You kind of ruined another segment on the show, which would have been Wednesday appraises your G.I. Joe collectibles. Maybe we'll work on that.
I don't know if I could appraise it. I'll just tell you if it's cool or not.
Sean, thank you. What about something you want that you don't have? Is there a G.I. Joe collectible that you desire?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, I wanted the boat, the aircraft carrier. I kind of got it out of my head just because I've seen it up close, and it's not as cool as I thought it was.
It's big though.
Yeah, it would be cool to put like on like maybe like where my TV is, like to have it long ways, and I could put like vehicles. That's the only reason I would want it, because I could store vehicles on it. That's pretty cool, but I have most of the vehicles that I want. In fact, I have too many vehicles.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay.
Lots of stuff, like just lots of stuff.
Wednesday, you should have had an answer prepared. It could show up at your door. Just for those, and yes, Sean Brown is the man. For those of you who want to keep up on the battle between Deb and Sean Clark, Sean has pointed out that Deb J's husband has just logged in, and let's see here, and then she told Sean to go watch the game. Sorry you took so much offense. I think that's taking the high road. And then Sean offered, don't be bitter, Deb, but you got caught talking shit, thinking I was gone. Okay, so that's the...
What is going on? Is there... This
is a good show. I've enjoyed it.
Is there drama in the comments?
The drama llama is in the comments. Sean points out Jason is correct. It had wheels and came with a helicopter and Major Storm. I saw someone selling it for $800. Obviously, I'm not selling. Wow. Well, vintage collectibles. That is something. And California Dreaming is taking a stand with Sean Clark. He has business and himself to promote. If you don't promote yourself, who else will? I actually don't think Sean is an over promoter. In fact, I think I do most of the promoting. Most of us are just chatting. But I mean, look, not everyone likes everyone. People relate to each other in different. Not everyone can be super friends. Some people just are acquaintances.
These are super friends.
They are super friends. Yeah.
They can be super friends.
Oh, I think Bobby Deb's husband. Is that what's happening? Oh, Bobby. He says he's okay with Sean.
Who is Karen?
Karen's the type of woman who goes to the department store and then wants to return something. And
my neighbor's name is Karen. She's really nice.
Hold on. You know, if you want someone to set the record straight, Sean Clark is here to do that. Sean.
Hey, what's up? I just thought I'd come back to piss Deb off.
Mm-hmm.
Who is
Deb? By the way, have I told you about myself recently?
I was going to ask.
I was born in Anchorage, Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
And live in beautiful Orange County, California. I like long walks on the beach, ice cream, soft rock. Anyway.
I hear the score's tied. Is that true?
They're down by 2 at the moment, but
right.
Anyway.
Thoughts and prayers, Sean. Thank you for.
Is it Friday the 13th?
T's and P's. I'm sorry.
Is it Friday the 13th at your house yet?
No.
All right.
I had to think about that for a second.
That's a good one.
Deb is pointing out, Sean, before you go, that maybe American humor she doesn't understand. Deb's not from America.
Oh, then why the fuck is she watching your show?
Well, I have not. I have foreign humor.
Because we all have the same sarcastic humor.
My humor appeals to a broad foreign audience. Let's see here. Let's see.
I'm going to make sure I make every episode now, just because I don't want Deb to feel left out or unloved. Or just to give updates on what I've been doing, and what I like. Oh, 3-pointer, boom! Sorry.
That means they took the lead by 1 Wednesday.
No, it's tied.
Why did he say there was 3-pointers then?
Why
did they take the lead by 3 if they got 3?
I hope Deb hates basketball, because I'll just give the play-by-play. So
you know what's a good basketball song? 48 Hours to Rock by Pretty Boy Floyd.
That's a basketball song?
I think on Karate Kid 2, isn't there a basketball scene where they play that song or something?
I think they played in Karate Kid 3, but I don't think there's any basketball.
I think there's a basketball scene or something, if I'm not mistaken.
In what movie?
Karate Kid.
And then Pretty Boy Floyd's 48 Hours is playing. I think.
They play soccer.
Is it soccer? There's some sort of sport. I don't know the difference. There's a ball.
Right.
Well, I mean, Karate Kid was 84. Pretty Boy Floyd wasn't even out.
One.
I think it's either 2 or 3 is what
it's 2. 48 Hours is on the fucking soundtrack. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You call up Christy Crash and confirm this.
Should I text him right now?
Yes. Find out. I'll text Howard Benson and find out too. We'll get to the bottom of this. Finally.
The demo version from 48 Hours was included on the 1989 film The Karate Kid 3. And 2 years later, it appeared in a movie called Slam Dunk, unreleased, with Ellen Barkin. So I think
there was a basketball something to do with it.
Yes. Well, yes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. There was no basketball in Karate Kid 3.
It would have been funny if I did text Christy Crash Majors, but I think we got the answer. A good basketball song is Curtis Blow. We're playing basketball.
I hope Deb likes fucking Karate Kid.
48 Hours is a better.
She's a very big Karate Kid fan.
I was gonna say she's gonna get pissed and call Wednesday out any second.
I'm gonna set a sign up outside that says 48 Hours is the best basketball song ever. Changed my mind.
Also a great Eddie Murphy film.
Yeah.
It is a great Eddie Murphy film, and it shares the same soundtrack as Commando.
Bobby L., I think that's Deb J's husband, wants to know the name of Sean's band. Sean has a few bands. He's currently promoting Yuckmouth. Would you like to talk? Well, you also got to
promote your bands.
Oh, I don't want to dare talk about my bands. And Commando Connection is they both had David Patrick Kelly.
This is true.
Sean, a question for you from Sean Brown. Has Sean Clark attended any concerts at the old Seattle Center Coliseum? A few famous concerts have been filmed there, including Metallica and Nirvana.
No, I mean, are you talking about Key Arena? Or, I mean, I saw a Sonics game at Key Arena back in the day, but that's it.
Sean is now showing his feet for you, Deb. He thought you might have a foot fetish, and he's...
That's so weird. That's weird.
Someone is saying that Sean might just be peacocking. Peacocking is a famous term when it comes to Sean. And do you know about that Wednesday, about Sean being accused of peacocking?
I'm not aware of this.
I think it's like the same as talking about myself.
What is peacocking? Is this a category on the adult sites too?
Well, a Moran came up with this statement. Tony Moran, who was Sean's first client, he has a rivalry with Sean, and he said that Sean is peacocking, and I think Deb J would agree with him.
I think that Deb J could be Tony Moran under a fake name.
Deb is in Australia. She says her homosexual friend will pay $100 for Sean's feet picture. So maybe Deb can come around.
Send the money.
Send COD. Tony Moran is cringe. You said it. Let's see. Hold on. The Coliseum later became the Key Arena when it was renovated during the 1990s. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I only went to a Sonics game there once. I hope that's not too much information about me.
Yeah.
Be mad at the person who asked.
Yeah. Shoot the messenger, not the messengee. Let's see here. Some people don't know who Tony Moran is. Tony Moran was in Halloween, the original 1978 movie. His screen time is less than 10 seconds, 5 seconds. What do you clock it at?
I said 4.
When she pulls the mask off, they show Tony Moran's face, and that's it.
Yeah.
And he will argue that he is the star of Halloween, that he is the actor, and he's Michael Myers. And as we all know, Nick Castle is Michael Myers. Yeah. The game is going well.
Tied.
All right, listen. Basketball is one of those games where sometimes you could watch the last 3 minutes, and that's the whole deciding of the game if it stays tight like that. So, okay, let's see. Tonight's episode is simply amazing.
Is Teen Wolf the best basketball movie?
I think so.
Maybe Basketball Diaries.
I like the Basketball Diaries, too.
I don't like movies where people write stuff down and I can't read it. I ain't gonna watch it.
Hoosiers, I think, would be considered one of the better basketball movies.
Hoosiers is probably the most famous basketball movie. I'm
That
kind
has,
of partial
Lex
to.
Luthor in it, right?
Is it? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gene
He's the
Hackman.
coach.
They found his Hoosiers recently. He was Hoosiers up, face first.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, what a weird story, right?
I know. I still don't even really know what the story is, but I heard there were rats and there's AIDS and all kinds of stuff. Ooh.
Oh yeah, blue chips. I was funny. Jeff. I was actually going to say one-on-one with Robbie Benson.
I didn't remember that one.
But no, was it Molson Rules? The White Shadow. Definitely the greatest basketball. I mean, it's not a movie, but TV series. I loved White Shadow.
White Shadow is on my list of locations for TV. I found it. It's not too hard. The thing is, Sean, you know this too. Sometimes you make a video because you're passionate about it, but you think to yourself, nobody is going to watch a video of me at a high school where they filmed the White Shadow. But I feel like I got to do it. There's a few of those that people have requested. And I go, no one is going to watch this video. Like Punky Brewster, which is out right now. I'm big in the African-American community, I'm learning. The Jeffersons, 100,000 views. Sanford and Son, over 600,000. I think the Crackers don't really appreciate me. I could be wrong.
I saw that C. Thomas Howell was at Cracker Barrel recently. Made me realize I need to go to Cracker Barrel. I just want to throw that in there.
Mm-hmm. This is the Squiggles. Thank you, Squiggles. Slam Dunk Ernest is the best basketball game.
Okay, I'll take that. But
I had a feeling
Teen Wolf is next.
Mm-hmm.
What about like Fat Albert and the Gang meet the Harlem Globetrotters?
That's not really a movie. That's a cartoon.
It's a feature
Wednesday's
film.
Very technical.
It is, but it's still a cartoon. And Bill Cosby can't participate because of his dirty deeds done dirt cheap.
Fast Break with Gabe Kaplan. I don't know that one.
That's a good one.
That'd be a cool put Bill Cosby on the cover of Dirty Deeds with the thing across his eye. Let's work him in there.
They should make a Bill Cosby Diddy cartoon and let the court sketch artist sketch both of them with those photos. Sean, have you seen the Diddy sketches, Sean?
No.
Diddy.
Let me see let me see if I can find some. Hold on. It's worth looking at. I have multiple photos of me with Diddy, but I don't think I can share them. Everyone's telling me it's not a good thing to do. All right, we're now because the world wants to see it. We're going to do some courtroom sketches of Diddy. Now, the first one I'm going to share is when Diddy first went to court.
I'm glad he changed his name to Diddy because we could all be saying Daddy right now and sound like a bunch of weirdos.
I'm just glad people aren't calling him Sean.
Yes, good point. So when Diddy first went to appear in the courts, he didn't have his hair wasn't gray yet, and this is somebody's sketch. Be on the lookout for that suspect.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like mecha neck.
Mm-hmm. And so they very mecha. So
that's a figure.
Where,
mecha neck is a figure.
So that's where it started. Now, as you know, Diddy has a pregnant girlfriend. Not had one. She's not pregnant now. Well, she's pregnant now. It's not Diddy's kid, and so he had to face her in the courtroom. She's accusing him, and she is the one that he allegedly, even though there's a video, beat in the hallway of the hotel room. It's pretty terrible. But while that's nothing to laugh at, this picture might be.
Damn.
Now,
whoa.
Now here, Diddy's hair has become to gray.
I was looking at her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not.
He looks like something out of
Hey, she looks okay.
Kind of looks like The Thing a little bit. Kind of looks like Danny. Kind of looks like Danny Glover. A little bit. Getting too old for this shit.
Diddy is like class on Saturday. School on Saturday.
School on Saturday.
Yeah,
you did the punchline first.
Punchline first. I was so busy looking at these pictures and I forgot. Yeah, but no class. Yeah. Let's see here. Hold on. And then and these are coming out every day. Oh, do they really need sketch artists?
Man, he got a cool outfit on. He looks like remember when 7
Hans and Franz.
Remember when 7 Up had that guy that wore all white?
Sure, I got a photo with that guy.
We talked about that. He looks kind of like him now.
Crispin Clean, no caffeine guy.
His name is Jeffrey something, and that guy was in a James Bond movie as well.
Man, we talked about this, but he kind of looks like the 7 Up guy. Or
that guy's still alive?
Jack.
He has passed. But he did. But everyone draws Diddy differently. There's the different sketch artists.
I draw him different too.
Can you sketch him up real quick?
If I had to, but
here's
I'd have to look at a picture. Whoa, he looks like
my drawing of Diddy would look like that leprechaun drawing from that news report.
I have that shirt.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Maybe
he looks like Grady from Sanford and Son there.
Yes, maybe
show me the gold. Give me the gold.
Maybe we should do a Diddy drawing contest, and we'll pick a winner. Here's my favorite. This is a.
Damn, that's that crazy neck.
What is that?
He kind of looks like Doctor Strange.
Dude, check out the guy next to him is just checking the neck out. He's just going, "What the fuck?"
Now what?
That's Donald Rumsfeld beside of him.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah, but these photos, I don't even know if I showed this one already, but well, here's another one. This one is more politically correct, I think, than the others. Hold on, I gotta 1 second. All right. Who knew? When people tuned in tonight, they didn't expect to hear Sean talk about himself, and they certainly didn't expect to see a Diddy artwork. Did we share this one already? No, I don't think we have.
I just remembered I haven't been talking about myself. Fuck. Hold on, I'll think of something.
Is that Judge Lance Ito in the background? I can't see.
I think it may be.
Actually, isn't that Cesar, the dog trainer guy?
I think so.
That's actually that's Steve Buscemi.
It's a good thing these guys don't draw the wanted posters, because nobody would ever find anybody.
Yeah.
You know, but I think that some of these things are a touch stereotypical.
Someone drew me as a. I showed you that picture at dinner, Jason. Someone drew me as a some sort of centaur.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah. So
maybe you want to share that.
That's how we all see you.
Everybody has different ways. You know, beauty's in the eye of the pen and the beholder.
Mm-hmm. Well, the pen is mightier than the sword.
I believe that's what Benjamin Franklin said when he invented electricity.
I think this one might be too small to see, but you can only imagine.
Oh, that's just big enough right there.
That's all you need. Yeah. That's all you need. This fame is a real bitch to people. Like, boy, that Diddy I don't know what he was thinking.
I liked him on that Making the Band. That was my favorite Diddy.
That was my favorite Diddy as well. This is a good one here.
I like that.
He'd always lock the studio down.
I like that video when he stopped that thief in that hotel by the elevator,
running off with his stuff.
That was that girl that was I think stole something. Oh wait, was that? Oh, never mind. That wasn't the.
We can't talk about it. That's an active court case.
I thought that's never mind.
That Making the Band had some good moments. I remember at one point Diddy told the kids learning how to be in the music business, I want you to walk to Junior's Cheesecake, which, by the way, is the best cheesecake in New York. Yeah. And I want you to walk to Brooklyn. And they argued, and he said, you understand I'm giving you such a... That's a good thing. He said, you understand I'm giving you guys such a break? And, and I kind of understood Diddy was handing these people a record deal, and they were still ungrateful.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, that's it's kind of like when you get back to like the whole Weinstein thing. It's like I think the best way to describe it is buyer's remorse. These people, they did things they may not be proud of now to get fame, and now that they're famous, they're having buyer's remorse. You 100%. Know what? It's like, nobody had a gun to your head and forced you to do any of that stuff. I'm not saying this applies with Diddy. I'm talking about in that situation, but everybody has a choice of, they can walk away from a situation,
Yes.
And now they want to play the victim because they don't like, because they sit at home and, they think about the humiliation. But,
sadly, there's money to be made too. Civil cases, there's money to be made. And so maybe you go, well, I had consensual intercourse with Diddy, but now that everyone's getting online and getting paid, hey, you know what? He was a little rough. He used too much baby oil or whatever. Now, I'm not saying, look, the guy sounds like a creep, but there are a lot of people who are getting in line to get paid. But I do want to hire those guys to do sketches at the shows. I don't think the front row should be photographers anymore. It should be courtroom sketch artists. I'm going to work on it. Could you imagine Stephen Piercy drawn like that? Be fantastic.
We should see if we could get those artists to be guests on the show.
I'm going to do some research. That would be a show. And then they'd sketch us.
Yeah.
They are going to make me have the biggest stereotypical Jew nose. I know what these artists are up to.
My head will be ginormous. Deb would tell them to draw it, huge.
Mm-hmm.
But with my big feet in the way, probably.
People are scared who's going to come out on the Diddy freak off list. But
I'm hoping I'm on it.
This country, maybe I should post my photos. This country hides information well. That Epstein list, I mean, Elon Musk told me the president was on it. Now, somehow nobody has that
He's
list.
Retracted that now. Now he says,
I heard. He
regrets that he told everybody that he's on the list.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because the power was off in his house. His electric cars weren't running anymore. But so maybe they'll hide the freak off list forever. I mean, listen, it sounds like maybe allegedly Justin Bieber could be a victim. Sounds like there's some bad stuff. I
heard Jim Baker and Tammy Faye's on it.
Did you know that Jim and Tammy Faye Baker were fans of Stryper, but Jerry Falwell was not?
That doesn't surprise me.
Did you know that Jim Baker is asking for $1 million or he's going to be on the streets? He might already be on the streets right now. Like, this was just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
He asked everybody, his audience, they'll just send $1,000 if each person. They can't send 1,000, send a couple hundred, but he needs it.
Is he selling any bullshit water or something that we could get?
He had the Jim Baker survival buckets. You should watch that on YouTube. If you want to watch some crazy stuff,
I'm surprised.
I dove into it a couple weeks ago, and I couldn't believe what I was watching. Survival buckets.
I mean, he seems like he would be a perfect candidate to be part of Trump's cabinet right now, like some sort of spiritual advisor or something.
He sells those buckets on there. He talked about him.
Those buckets are so good. Okay, everybody loves the buckets. KFC, another good bucket. We all love it.
The amazing thing is he's preparing these like seriously buckets, like giant buckets, and he's stirring it up with a shovel, and he's eating it on the air, and he's telling people how good this is.
Dude,
it's amazing.
True story. My buddy, the Jesus friend I've told you guys about, he gave me one of those survival buckets.
You got the Jim Baker survival bucket?
It's not the Jim Baker one. It's some survival bucket. I've had it for like 5 years. I don't know what.
Well, once you eat out of it, you can take a number 2 in it.
Yeah.
Well, he talks about that too. He talks about that too.
That's reassuring.
He's a man of God, and
we love the Jesus.
Jim Baker is one of my favorite televangelists.
You could have Jim Baker, Chachi, Hulk Hogan, and
Kevin Sorbo.
Kevin Sorbo, yeah, and then
and Jamie Kennedy.
Yeah, but Jim Baker hooked up with Jessica Hahn, who was in Sam Kinnison's Wild Thing video that features, I believe, Robin Crosby's in that. Which ties it back to Rat, which ties it back to you, Jason. How I just
and Tommy Lee.
Well, and I have tracked down the whereabouts of Marianne Gravette, who who appears on the cover of the Invasion of Your Privacy record, and she's in the video for Lay It Down, among other things that she's done. But I've tracked her down. The thing is, what do I do now? Do I just call her up? Do I go knock on her door? I mean, it's I couldn't find an email. I've got a phone number for her, and I got her address, and it's not far from me.
Really? I say we next time I come to town, we just show up at her house and knock on the door, and then if she's not interested, we just get her to sign our albums and then call it a day.
Yes. Now listen, one of the things, and Stephen thought this too, maybe she doesn't look like a model anymore like she used to. Maybe she's going to a public signing.
No.
But maybe she would be up, for what the kids call a private signing.
I'd be down for a private with Marianne Gravatt.
A lot of history. Sean, did you have a good time at the Hollywood show? Did you acquire any interesting collectibles?
I mean, I got some things signed. I didn't buy any collectibles. I mean, I got my missing persons record signed. By the way, remember I told you that guy at Dale Bazio's table that was a dick?
He's in Stacey Q's band, apparently.
He is. Yeah, I saw him. I saw a little of that live footage, and I saw him playing like the fucking electric drums or something. They're standing like Sheila E., but without the talent. And I was like,
stage. He was talking too much. It's a Stacey Q concert. Who came to see him?
Yeah, that guy does talk too much. He's a punk.
I bought.
He didn't like that I talked back to him, and he said you don't have to be a dick. All I said was, this is exactly how it went down. I went to pay for. I wanted to get 2 records and a picture with her, and according to his price sign there, that would have been $125. $125. And he goes, it's 140, and I go, according to this, it's 125, and I showed him the math. I go blah blah blah, and he goes, oh, you should work here, and I go, I do work here, and I showed him my badge, and he goes, you don't have to be a dick about it, and I go, how am I being a dick about it? I'm literally responding to your, what you just said, I said, you're the one being a dick about it. And we just kind of had words. It was like, not a way to make money for your client, I
think Wednesday's right.
What?
You should have just slapped him right in the mouth as hard as you could.
Well, I wanted my shit signed.
I would have got that done for you. But me and Stacey Q were very tight. I went to the performance. She called me from the stage and said kind words, and we are buddies. So I bought some stuff I never buy memorabilia, collectibles other than autographs, because I really don't have a time to look, and my collection of things is not niched down. But Michelle goes, I found something you're going to want to buy, and the guy's got a deal on it. I told Sean what I bought, and I thought Sean's going to go, what do you need that stupid stuff for? But in our world of collectibles, Sean goes, I got all those when they came out, which is the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer toys. These are good-looking toys.
Yeah.
Some people don't put as much detail into it. This company was called Memory Lane. I'm sure it's just a memory now. This is Skinny Santa right there. I'm missing a couple. I thought I was buying a whole set. There's Charlie in the box.
Yep, I see Deb's comments. I see it, Matthew.
Uh-oh.
See, I think the problem is Deb's probably warming up to me now.
Oh, I think so. Well, you're laying there,
I showed feet for her gay friend.
Armadillo in your trousers. Anyway, I got a bunch.
You're nice. I'll send you a jar of Vegemite.
So she's a fan now.
Oh, she's definitely on the Clark train.
Yeah, I had a feeling. But she is alarmed that you didn't get along with the guy. But that guy was a jerk.
He was.
I have to agree. Let's see here. Yep, Twisted Folk. Thank you for the super chat. Do you think Joe Lestay is going to do live shows again? I know we had a health scare a while back. Really liked the first Beautiful Creatures record. Sean, what do you think?
What? I don't know. I was just laughing at the Justin's comment. Tony Moran is back on his Deb account. Thought that was funny. What? Joe Lestay. Wait, what are you asking? What did you just say? Joe Lestay.
Joe Lestay is the singer for Bang Tango. He did have maybe a heart thing. He had some.
I was a big Bang Tango fan back in the day. I love those first two albums. But I don't know what you guys thought of him. I didn't think he was a very nice guy when I met him, but I used to like the band quite a bit. I
used to manage a band that Kyle, the bass player, a great bass player.
Yeah, and, underrated.
And we were talking about the song "Someone Like You," the hit, and he said he called that part of the song the Edith Bunker part. And he said, Archie! It sounded like that. So I'll never forget that. But I don't know how Joe's doing. I haven't heard about him in a while. I know that they've been trying to get Bang Tango back. So you never know. Maybe when a new stadium opens, they'll be headlining, right?
The first two records are great. I saw a video of them around that second album that someone uploaded some VHS of them playing live in like Florida, and they were fucking good. I never saw
Dancing on Coals.
They were good. Like just the whole band was tight, and yeah, that Kyle guy. I don't know if he's underrated because he just didn't do anything else, but I knew a lot of people. That's what people talked about that band. Was because of that guy. That kind of made them stand out a little bit over those other bands because that dude could play the way he played.
He also had amazing hair, according to Isles One.
Yeah, his hair was pretty good.
He was in a car accident, and he had some damage, maybe some brain damage.
Split ends.
And he forgot. He forgot a lot. I mean, I worked with him. He didn't remember a lot, and he'd been through a lot. He's lucky he's alive. It was a pretty brutal accident that he was in, but. Lives here in Vegas. I don't know if he's still here, but he has for a long time.
What the? You kidding me? I'm sorry.
What's the score?
It's tied 95-95.
Deb was trying to figure out, or Tony, I'm not sure. And I guess she looked it up and she sees a Halloween actor. Deb, I'm not sure if you were aware, Sean Clark represents many of the Halloween actors. Sean, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
I do, because it's my thing. But I won't because Dab's here and she's a buzzkill.
Yeah, I can see that. Everybody's having a good old time. What is your opinion of all the rappers reacting to bands like Rat Poison? I don't really watch it.
Rat Poison?
Well, that would be good. I'd watch that. They got these guys, they call them watch videos, and the guy goes, oh shit, I didn't know that, that kind of stuff. Every video is the same video, that Motley Crue is fly, stuff like that, right? Wednesday, you watch those?
I've got reaction videos.
They did yours?
Oh, they do that. I got goth German people watching my videos. straight. It looks like something straight off of like SNL. Like it
Do
looks
they like
what?
your? Do the rappers understand what you do?
They start doing this. Oh shit!
That white boy can sing.
Oh shit!
Yo, this could be some
There's one
devil
that
shit.
rappers react to like one of my songs, like Insides Out. It's on YouTube, I think.
It's always my favorite when they're watching the video and then they pause it and they just go,
yes.
Hold up now.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of that.
It's like these dramatic pauses to stretch their video out even longer.
At this point in the show, let's play the FMK game. I think we're due. This is creative. I don't really know what they have in common, but it's creative. Lisa Bonet, who is the mother of the Catwoman, I believe, and she was on Cosby Show. Angel Heart, she had a chicken broken over her, I believe, her nude body. Justine Bateman, who was on Family Ties. She was in a movie called Satisfaction Wednesday. You probably remember that.
I know all these people.
And then good. And then Susanna Hoffs, as we know, is a Bengal. And she's in a movie too.
I mean, we talking current or then?
Got to be then, I think.
Okay, because even if it was current, I think Susanna Hoffs would win. But
yeah,
I mean, she definitely win current, but maybe back then, Lisa Bonet.
I'm thinking Lisa Bonet would be more fun than Justine Bateman.
I think Lisa Bonet's the F. Justine Bateman is the K, and Susanna Hoffs is definitely the M.
I agree.
I agree with you on that one.
We worked it out like a team. That was like an effort.
It's the most logical thing to do,
especially if you know how they all look now.
Yes, and that was going to work out correctly. Jeff Down is up, has a question for Sean. I hope that Deb is okay with that. Sean, I've been looking for a Dawn of the Dead press kit. Could you on your next show let us know what's in it? Thanks. All right.
I don't own a Dawn of the Dead press kit. I have a Day of the Dead press kit, but what I would assume is in it is, a bunch of, photos and, notes about the film, like most press kits. But I'd love to own one.
Okay, yeah. Matt Lucas says, I heard Sharon Osbourne kicked one of the bands out of the upcoming Black Sabbath show in July.
Well, Wednesday, here's your chance. See if you can get in that slot.
I was the one that got kicked off.
I don't know. I hadn't heard. Maybe if someone watching wants to speculate. I know that Jakey Lee will be there. He confirmed it with me again yesterday. He's on the way. And
I'm going to be in Birmingham like 2 weeks later, but I just don't have time to go over there.
I'm kind of more excited by Rudy Sarzo and Jakey Lee in that element than I am Sabbath. I've seen Sabbath. I think now that they've mixed it up, no one thought Jake would ever be involved in the Ozzy world again. I mean, who knows how much Ozzy's going to play or not play? I'm
excited to see Hailstorm play.
Yeah, you and Sebastian Bach. Last night, Sebastian Bach, he got on stage.
I watched the video.
And Steven said, I want him to do Round and Round. And then Warren said, I want him to do Lay It Down. And then Warren told me, so handle that. And so then I tried to explain to Sebastian, who wanted to sing Lay It Down. That's the one he wanted. But he ended up doing both. And I think people were happy to see him. And I think it was fun. I'm going to Canada with him in 48 hours to rock, or less, a few hours from now. And it was fun. And Sebastian, I sent him a picture, and then he was going to put it on Instagram. He asked me what my Instagram is, Wednesday's Frozen. And he said, but he didn't realize that you can't tag him in stories. And he wasn't aware of that. I had to make him aware of that. I think that he might have a lot of nuts tag him in things. That's my guess. Wednesday, can you hear us? I'm guessing he didn't charge his device.
Oh, he looks like he just had a stroke.
This is a tough one, but I'll play, I guess. Doro Pesh, Lita Ford, Janet Gardner. Janet Gardner is the singer for Vixa, the original singer.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh boy.
I know.
Ugh.
I mean, I know Janet the best, but I know all of these.
I'm gonna have to M Doro, F Lita, and K Janet.
I think I agree. It's not that Janet's not hot; it's that she's not as famous as Lita. I want to say those pictures of Lita in those booty shorts from those Runaways things. I want to think about that. And Doro, I would marry, but I just can't mention the war, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, we'll see if Wednesday returns. This one's no fun. The 9 to 5 girls. That's too much to think about. And I'm sure Wednesday will be fine and appear again. Oh, here's one. I think Sean doesn't represent any of these people. FMK 90s edition. Alicia Silverstone, Farouza Balk, and Rachel Lee Cook. These are good choices.
Oh boy.
In their prime, legal, of course.
Definitely M Farouza, because we know what happens later. I guess probably, even though she's a little wackadoodle, Alicia Silverstone looks pretty good still. So I go M with her, and Rachel Lee Cook. I don't really know much about her. I know who she is, but I don't know.
Same with me. I think Rachel Lee Cook is an attractive woman, but Sharon gonna fly George out. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think George Lynch has been invited to that event. And I don't think Bob Daisley, who's supposed to be coming on the show, by the way, I got to get on that. I got a message saying Bob Daisley wanted to come on and set the record straight. And I will say that last night, Jakey Lee told me he'll come on, but who the hell knows? He says he will. He's a very nice guy. Anyway, Wednesday said stand by. He's having technical difficulties, but he will return. Lorraine would like to know if Sean has any sports superstitions. Do you need to watch from that seat or anything like that?
No superstitions.
That's good, because once you get into them, it's hard to get out of them.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to jump off because we're down to the last 6 minutes, and I wanted to give Deb a little present for the night to see less of me.
All right, we're gonna.
I got FMK for Deb, jar of Vegemite, a koala bear, or a kangaroo.
No,
so
right.
That'll be for her. All right.
Thank you, Sean.
I'll see you guys later.
Okay. That was Sean Clark, for those who don't know or didn't hear him talk enough about himself. Anyway, we're waiting for Wednesday to come back, and then I got to get out of here because I got to get ready to. We'll wait for Wednesday, but I got to get ready. I got to pack for a long journey into night called Canada, and then I'll be in New York City for a week. We've done 1 hour 52 minutes, and that's all I can do. It's enough. A lot of people saying goodbye to Sean. They enjoyed it. Ray, Chris wishing him luck. Cheers to Sean. Deb now is a Sean fan. By Sean, I love your work. She has come around, as many have. RJ says, I witnessed Lita treat Chris Holmes like shit in front of a bunch of people. I feel sorry for him. Look, we don't know what was going on in that house. Lita Ford in her book makes some accusations about people. If Lake Town, if you guys want to play FMK of me, Wednesday, and Sean, I'm more than comfortable in my self. Hi, Wednesday. How are you?
I'm back.
Did you have to go put out a fire or there was something?
The curfew in LA started and they turned my phone off.
Yeah. No,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. There is a curfew though in LA that starts in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
In downtown Los Angeles.
I remember when it used to be 2 a.m., but now it's much lower. Yeah.
No, I didn't plug my phone up, and before you saw me looking at the camera, the last 30 seconds you turned into like your voice sounded like a gremlin. You're like, and I was like, what is happening?
I wish I could do that on command. Bats.
That's how Merman talks from He-Man.
Yes, I remember. Stop by the Haunted House of Hamburgers while in New York City and tell you what you think. I will. I'm going to make a note right now. Haunted House of Burgers. Got it? Haunted House.
I happen to have a merman nearby.
Convenient.
That's kind of how he does. You just gotta talk like you got bubbles in your mouth, like you've just drinking tons of bubbles.
I did not forget Brian Wilson. I just feel like everybody's talking about it. Brian Wilson, genius, obviously. I had met him 3 or 4 times. Couldn't find the pictures of it with him, but yeah, it's sad. We saw his kids.
I saw his daughter, and the daughter's mom was coming in the door. I was there by myself, and I saw her walking her mom in, and she went, "This is my mom," and they opened the door, and she looked over at me and she smiled, and I went, "Sup," like that. I went like this, like, "Sup."
So that is FMK, Amy Lee, Lizzie Hale, Taylor Momsen. I'll do this one very fast. Amy Lee's gone. I'm gonna.
Who are these rock singers that were FMKing? None of them.
Amy Lee is Evanescence. Lizzie Hale is Hailstorm. Taylor Momsen is the girl from The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. I would F the Grinch girl. I would marry the Hailstorm, and Amy Lee would have to go. She complains too much.
I agree with you.
Wednesday's not that.
Yep, I agree with you 100%.
All right.
You know how many girls out there think they can sing because of Amy Lee? How many girls out there karaoke "Bring Me to Life" by Evanescence and it's not good? Do you know how many?
Ray Ray was brave enough to say that she would marry you, F me, and she has to get rid of Sean. She's not a sports fan, but thank you, Ray Ray. I will be by around 9.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
The curfew. Oh, you don't have a curfew.
No, we don't have the curfew yet. Lake Town might agree with Ray Ray. I'm not sure. I don't know how many women are actually watching. We have
it's all about authenticity, and I love those tithities.
Mm-hmm.
I made that saying up, and I revealed it on the auction this weekend. I still think it's
next time we do the auction, these people got to make sure they tune in because we had fun.
We had fun. We signed autographs and they were authentic. And we talked about authenticity and how everybody loves tithities.
Wednesday, here's a serious question. What would Wednesday's dream, if you could be on a tour with 5 bands, if you could put
5 bands,
what would, well, I think it's better. Well, this is a long question. I don't know if we can answer this. He wants you to put together like a super build. Maybe come back next week for the answer.
Okay.
That'd take forever.
Yeah.
5 bands. I can't think of 5 bands I'd want to listen to, but we'll get
5 bands I want to go on tour with. Alice Cooper, Marilyn Manson, Ghost, Rob Zombies, all those people. That'd be good tours for me. So let's go on with all those bands.
Ray, I'll be bringing a bottle of Muscatel and a case of baby oil. So I'll see you there.
That would be the new bands I'd want to tour with. If I could pick like just any band that was like and just go back in time, it would be the Brady Bunch. I would tour with them on the Family Hour.
Fake Jan will be here soon on the show.
Variety show.
She was on it.
You can make the world a whole lot brighter.
Did you ever finish writing your 13 Dead Kids books?
Nope.
Okay.
Just stop doing it.
That happens sometimes.
That's a long time ago. That's a very long time ago. That's like 2003.
Another lifetime. The daughters on Too Close for Comfort we discussed earlier were Deborah Van Valkenburg from the Warriors and Lydia Cornell. And a lot of people have asked me to go to that location. I might. Pretty soon I'm going to do a video on locations that have been demolished because a lot of the requests that you guys are requesting are gone. But I think it might be fun to see where they are. I would also like to see some people watch the Punky Brewster video because I actually put a little work into that video and no one.
Punky.
I thought about that the whole time I edited it.
Punky.
It's a good impression.
You should go to Glomer's grave.
I'm gonna look for it.
You'll get 1 million views on that one.
Oh, I see. We had a score. Someone said not. Hold on. Here's the score of the game: 107-100 in the fourth quarter. Not good for Sean. Let's take a look and see if we can't see the score update. I don't have the direct written consent to give the game play, but let's see. Here we go. Right now, here are the damn scores. Where can I get some damn bait? Hold on. Baseball's so much easier sport to manage. What are the hold on, the Oklahoma Thunder. That doesn't sound good. I mean, maybe God of Thunder, maybe, but all right, let's see here. Oh, now I went to AI mode. You don't want to ever do that. Uh-oh. I think Sean's in trouble. For those who are rooting at home, it is like, what's her name? Amy? Was that her name? Deb. Are you there Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't see you because I'm looking at the game. It's
yes.
There's 2 minutes and 35 seconds left. It's 110 to 102. I got to get out of here soon. Wednesday's got to get out of here soon.
I got to make some food in my air fryer. I've been making little sandwiches this week. Woo-hoo-hoo.
How are you going to do that? Are you going to the OC Fair with Sean and Amy this year? I have not gotten my invite yet, but you never know.
Are you going to the mall later?
I'm waiting by the mailbox.
Yes, I'm going to the mall.
You guys are asking for questions that are like logic puzzles, so I can't do it right now. Thank you for enjoying the Sanford and Son video. And all right. Wednesday, is there anything new to plug, or are we just talk about Sean?
I got some new merchandise up on my store. Launched last week. I announced I'm playing Poland Rock.
Whoa.
Man, we got a crazy good slot on that. I don't know how my agent pulled it off, but we are on an excellent slot. And I looked up videos of this festival, and it is insane. It's probably the biggest festival I've ever played in my life. I think over the 3 days, they said it goes up to 350,000 people. So I think each day is 150,000 people, and it's free. So everybody goes to it, and it just looks insane. Like, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah. All right. Well, that sounds awesome. Go to official Wednesday 13 and .com. You have to say that. And you can find out more. And thank you, Jeff and Amy. I'll see you at the Falls View Saturday. Stephen Piercy, Sebastian Bach. We're gonna have a good old time. There is no name of the auction. You just have to wait for it. And if you build it, people will come. All right. It's been over 2 hours. What else is to say? There's nothing to say. Sean Clark is on YouTube. He is on social media. Malfunction, Sean Clark. Wednesday 13, official Wednesday13.com. We'll be back. We'll be back Wednesday. I might be in New York City, but we'll figure out how to do this. And because everybody has been so supportive and generous. Ray, I'll see you in a few hours. Maybe limber up a little bit because at my age, I'm very wild and crazy. And that's that. We'll see you all again. Where's my thing? Hold on. Thank you for watching. And good night. Just wanna waste some time with you. Sometimes it seems too good to be true. Nobody out there can waste time with I knew this would happen one day. I forgot to end the show. Hold on. Just wanna waste some time with you.